Yo, what's up, geeks and nerds? It's your boy Dr. Geekly here,
And I'm Mixnia.
and we are Geeking Out Loud, a place where we talk about all things movies, comics, games, anime, all that geeky nerdy stuff. And today, we're doing an episode on Marvel Zombies and ps5's Wolverine game. And yeah, let's get down to it. And we got a new co-host with us today, CJ. And yeah, it's
Yeah. How's it going, folks? CJ here, Three Black Geeks. I'm glad to be on the show. Pretty
right.
good.
We're glad to have you.
Thanks.
So let me ask you, what did you think about Marvel Zombies first and foremost?
Um, like taking whatever I feel about like Marvel Zombies as a concept. I thought the show was actually pretty good. It definitely leans into where Marvel Studios is at with a lot of these projects where they kind of go in that realm of like comic books. So I did enjoy the sort of like miniseries nature of the show. Like it didn't feel like they were building it up towards, oh, we're getting season two. It was just like, no, this is a story, and the way they played it out, especially with how it ends, it's like, okay, I'm fine with this. That's because that's typically how I think the last Marvel Zombies comic I read was like, I think the second part to like I guess the first part, it was like right after they ate Galactus and they became like power
Yeah,
cosmic. So like I read that one and it kind of ended on like that makes sense, and then I just kind of forgot about it and stuff. So the show leans heavy into like that Marvel Zombies miniseries comic. So I mean, just whatever misgivings I don't like about the aspect of Marvel Zombies, the show itself was fine. It actually did a pretty good job of
right.
what it needed to do.
And Mix, how did you feel about it?
I really loved it. Um, Animation and then with the characters and just the gore. Oh my gosh. And it's so interesting how the zombies they seem to retain their skills and or got better at it. Like the
Mhm.
Hawkeye zombie. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's. I mean, like I was saying before, I really like the Blade combination, like Blade and Moon Knight. I thought that was pretty sick what they did with that, and especially since we never got Blade, like they were saying, we're gonna have Marshall Ali Blade be there, and it's like he never comes back. And then they said, you know what? Since he ain't gonna be here for a while, let's just add him in. Screw it, throw in Moon Knight with it. And yeah, it's
Yeah, it worked out pretty well with them on that. I will give them credit for like giving us that kind of like, all right, this is the dynamic that if whenever they actually do finish up whatever they're doing with the Blade movie,
right.
we know the dynamic could be good. I actually thought that was Mahershala's voice for a moment until somebody
I
was like,
did
no,
too, straight up.
that wasn't him. So I was like, ah, that's actually not bad.
Yeah.
There were certain things about it, like the whole idea of I forgot the one Eternal that went crazy. Like I like that idea because initially I was like,
Icarus?
you can't turn an Eternal a zombie. I was like, oh, that's right, I forgot that he was going to go crazy if he stayed around. That makes sense, and just
Right.
so they have all these ideas. Like I said, the show overall was pretty good in terms of all the ideas of like, okay, here's the situation with this Eternal because of course they'll be on Earth and they'll be beefing with Captain Marvel and this fight goes the way it goes. And so like I said, they did kind of present the direness of this world and where things are going at the moment. So
Bro, Icarus was that Eternal. He was the main hero in that redemption arc in Marvel Zombies. Because if he didn't stop fight Captain Marvel for 5 years straight, she would have went to the Nova Corps and started eating everyone in the galaxy and just chaos.
yeah, that like I said, the show itself, it those questions that we asked, like, hey, how come nobody in space is helping? Oh, because the Nova Corps knew, and they just was
Oh
like,
yeah, they just
no,
say we're the junkyard planet. We're the quarantine COVID planet right now, and
it's
it's
like
like
we're not touching that. You guys
we're not
got it.
we're not touching it. You got Ebola, you got COVID, you got everything combined, and
That was crazy. Quarantine. Like, what the fuck?
it's
I
like that.
mean, it makes sense.
It does make sense, but it's like, hey, what do you think you're doing? You're stepping out of line. Get back in your planet.
Yeah, I think that's probably why like it just I never could vibe with the idea that they're zombies, but they still kind of can still use their powers because I'm like,
They reminded me of Evil Dead,
yeah.
like Deadites almost.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't think about that. Now that you said that, because I haven't thought about Evil Dead in a long time, so I didn't think about it in terms of them being deadites. So that does make sense if that's the case. So,
Yeah, it's
all right.
like, and the fact that they added Scarlet Witch is just in the head of everything now, chaos and just wickedness, man. I'm like, bro, every time they need to come up with a big bad, screw it, throw in Scarlet Witch.
Done.
It's like Scarlet Witch is like easy scapegoat. It's like blame her for everything, man. And it's
But I
like,
think something people kind of didn't recognize in the show is that hey, Riri actually had a cure for the zombie virus. And I kind of forgot about it until I saw the ending, and I was like,
Facts.
"Oh crap, she did! Oh wow, okay, so she
But she
did
tested it
survive."
on herself, though.
I mean,
That
but
was the
that's
thing. So
that
we
tracks.
really didn't know if it worked or not until then. And then, isn't it kind of wild that she could break through like computer wise, she could break through the through Wanda's illusion? I thought that was very interesting.
right.
If you think about WandaVision, with them able
I
to
loved
like
it.
bring, I think wasn't it? I think if I remember correctly, at one point, I think that's how Monica got back through because that one dude
Yes.
got through. So I'm like, that makes sense because given how Wanda's powers goes, if there's something that can break through,
Yeah.
Hmm.
cool. And there was that whole thing of if there's an anomaly that you can find, boom, you can find out that's where Wanda's at. So it looked like wherever Kamala and Wanda were at, it's like, oh, Riri found them. And now she has to figure out how to break through to be like, hey, this is not what you think this is.
Right. It's like this is all an illusion. You're like, man, I can tell you one thing. I already knew this show was already going to get to me after I seen Lady Hawkeye just get obliterated by Captain Marvel.
And I like that that this was spinning out of that What If episode.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Hmm.
saying. I think they did good.
Expanding its lore type thing.
Yeah, I think it does good with redemption for T'Challa with Chadwick Boseman because after he fought Thanos, 'cause Black Panther they didn't have anyone voice act for him because Chadwick Boseman's gone, and I think this is honoring him,
Yeah. I mean,
And yeah, I mean, just seeing Black Panther fight Zombie Thanos, that was enough for me. That was more, I think, redemption wise than maybe almost than Black Panther 2, but I still love Black Panther 2, but this just seemed kind of like, like a hit there.
yeah. And I like also too, I think to the show's credit as well, is just the idea of like an alternate version of like of Shang-Chi, right?
Yeah,
Like obviously his dad is like, oh, my son's in danger. Let me go ahead and fly in. And it's like, oh, that's how he gets the ring. So now you're
right.
presenting a different angle to Shang-Chi and all that, which it kind of goes to show that obviously in the movie, his dad was keeping tabs on him for all these years and was
Yep.
just waiting the whole time. So it's like, okay, well, yeah, that tracks.
Very true. I thought it was interesting how the ring stopped his infection from fully zombifying him. That was crazy.
It
Right.
does kind of bring, I think that's another thing I think the show brings up, and it's making me wonder if there's something else that Marvel is kind of cooking in terms of them kind of like, I guess, elaborating on the rings themselves in terms of their origins, and they're just kind of sitting on it for the moment because that is kind of crazy that his dad in a weird way knew, okay, this will stop the zombie virus. I'm like, you could have just cut his arm off. And
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh God, this dad's about to just chop his own son's arm off. I'm like, oh my God, I'm walking dead right here. And it's like, nope, have the drink, son.
yeah, I
He
mean,
could have
but
easily stayed, in my opinion, and helped out. Like he didn't have. I feel like he sacrificed himself. He didn't just have to let them eat him.
yeah, so it's like I said, all those different angles, and then even with the idea that, oh, so the Hulk actually has all the Infinity Gauntlets in order to keep. Okay,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
it was cool with seeing him fight Zombie Thor, though. It's like,
I mean, Scarlet Witch actually have
yeah,
control of Thor.
straight up.
That's, I mean, even down to the stuff with Black Widow with the mom controlling the zombies. I was like, that makes sense. It's like everything. It's like, again, all these intentionalities that the show was doing. It's like, yeah, you clearly, the writers knew, all right, this took place in the MCU. This is a story point. So let's use this in the version of, hey, she can control zombies just like she control the pigs.
Right.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
They're
Man.
like really good at extrapolation.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot, even down to the raft. Like, I totally
Mhm.
forgot the raft could actually, it's like pretty much a giant ship.
Movable. Yeah.
Bro, when Namor showed up, though, I was like, this is when I knew shit was about to go down instantly. I was like, I thought everyone was just going to be like, I thought it wasn't even going to be a 4-episode thing. Because after they said, oh, we're going on a ship, we're going to another place, I'm like, oh, they're all right. They're in the sea. Then I'm like, oh, shit, they're in the sea.
No more. It's like,
Yeah, I was
well,
like-
never mind.
Yeah, I was like, nope, I'll take that back now. I'm like, what happened when you're in the sea? I've seen Black Panther too. I know where this is going.
It's like,
And
because of course Zemo would be the person in charge of all that. I was like, yeah, that makes
kind of sense, yeah. And then
And John Walker being his second command.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm like, bro, I'm like, and he was like praising him. He's like, hey, y'all should listen to Zemo. He knows his stuff right here. And I'm like, you would be the one to say that, John Walker.
I mean, it's kind of like the idea of like John is going to go with somebody that he feels. I don't know. It's like this is a different John in the sense. It's kind of like his Thunderbolts version, where it's like, all right, clearly I'm not the top dog here, so I'll err to this guy over here that actually knows his stuff.
Right. It's like I'm just the muscle. He's the brains. But no, I heard that we're gonna probably be like, since it got so good of reviews, we're gonna get a season 2 of it, and it's gonna have Sentry and Taskmaster in it. And
so they're actually doing another season?
Yeah, like they're.
Oh shit!
I didn't know that. I thought this was like just a regular miniseries.
Oh no, like they have they don't know if they're gonna do a season 3, but they did say they're gonna do like season 2, but it's like maybe 4 or 5 episodes, like same thing like here, and from different parts of the world, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it ain't like in the
almost
same
like
setting.
a vignette type thing.
Yeah, it's like all I know is it's gonna have Sentry and Taskmaster, and I'm like, okay, since it's gonna have Sentry, I'm all for it, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like, what story are you telling? Unless this is like the story of like maybe Riri trying to find some people that can help her break away from Kamala. If that's the angle, because like I said, I don't. From what I think everybody was waiting for them to announce like something with it at New York Comic Con and nothing. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure they are going to do it, but I mean, from what I heard, like with this show, they recorded this like some years ago, and this was
like a year or maybe 2 years ago. Yeah,
2 years ago. So,
but yeah, I get what you're saying, but I just hope they do what they do. They do Taskmaster some justice, you know, like actual justice. Because when Taskmaster first showed up in the MCU, I was like, her design, man, I'm sorry.
I think that was their way of like resetting it a little bit, even though I felt they could have kept going with it. But
yeah, I mean, it just depends, man. Like Taskmaster was a beast in the comics, man. I was like, and I'm not even mad that she was a female. I'm just mad of the character's costume, man. I'm like, bro, this is like homemade Spider-Man Homecoming MCU suit.
I mean, I like the costume from the first movie, but I think it needed a little bit more of the skull vibe to it.
That's the only.
That's the only really one.
Yeah, but no, what else? But no, overall, what would y'all rate this show of Marvel Zombies? 1 to 10.
9.
I give it. You know what? I'll be fair to it. I give it a strong 8. It's a strong 8.
That's what I'm saying. I give it an 8.5. I mean, there was not really anything. Like, it kept me on my going. Like, it didn't lose my interest. And
yeah, I mean, it was paced just enough because they knew, all right, this is a story we're telling, and it didn't outstay its welcome. It's just like, all right, everything just brisk at a pace. Like, okay, what's going to be the big thing in this first episode? Oh, it's this. What's going to be the thing in the second episode? And it's like, all right, by the time you got to the end, it's like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, everything is going to get dire and stuff. And it's like, all right, I'm fine with it.
I'm still happy though that they made Miss Marvel kind of like an important character in this, you know, like the main focal point.
I mean, I think that's what they're kind of aiming for. I mean, there's a lot of things that happen like pre-COVID And I remember I was at San Diego that previous year in 2019. They had like some big plans for not only like Miss Marvel, but Captain Marvel and, Black Panther, and obviously Chadwick dying derailed some of that. But like they had some big plans, and like COVID and that 1 year of nothing kind of really messed up whatever they were trying to angle. And it sounds as though they weren't going to be able to kind of like just start where they're originally from because things were so put behind. But it's like, I'm really kind of curious what that would have looked like. But I mean, obviously they're making the adjustments, and I guess Doomsday and, and Secret Wars is their big reset.
And then not just COVID, but also the writer strikes and the actor strikes. Like,
So that's like
a
three
lot of
things,
that.
4 things.
Yeah.
So at this point, you're trying
to
to readjust everything. And I mean, even like Secret Invasion, which I think is probably their legit weakest thing in the MCU.
Fact.
Like, I remember that was supposed to be sort of like the in between that was supposed to play a big part in the Marvels. And then they had to do all that rewriting. Like, to your point, Mix, like they were supposed to like, that was going to be the big thing for like, oh, so they got this Super Skrull on Earth, and now they're using Super Skrull to fight their back. Okay, cool. That I can dig that. And then they readjusted everything, and now I'm like, so Secret Invasion was just a waste of time.
It was a waste of time and money. It's like that Marvel had at that moment in the back burner.
I like the concept of it. It just felt like it was kind of pointless, honestly. So, it is what it is.
I mean, the Super Skrulls, they were always a big part of MCU, but I thought this was Nick Fury's time to shine as Samuel Jackson's, and it just no.
I mean, because to me, it's like I understood it from like the first Captain Marvel movie, like, they're using the Kree Skrull conflict as sort of like the background to, all right, cool, I can actually dig that. That makes perfect sense to do that, and then it's just. And I mean, the Marvels on its own is actually pretty fine. It's a fine movie. I mean, a lot of people kind of took the piss out of it, but like, it was actually pretty good.
Right.
I loved it.
Oh yeah, it wasn't bad. I can say that much. It wasn't bad. But like, it wasn't their best movie, but it wasn't bad at all. It's like,
yeah. I mean, it's for what they did. It's like, no, I'm fine with this. This is a very quick afternoon movie. You watch it, you enjoyed it. All right, cool. I want to see more of. I want to see more Monica Rambeau and where she's going to be doing with the X-Men universe and stuff. Which, however that looks like, I don't know what that's going
right.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what they do with that.
I mean, they showed Beast. I was like, all right, I see you, movie.
I see you, Marvel.
I see what you're doing.
But do y'all remember the old X-Men Wolverine Origins game back in the day?
Yeah, the one that surprised the hell out of a lot of folks when it came, because I think maybe this be good history for your viewers. Like, if you got any movie tie-in game, especially to comic book movies during that time period, they were not the best at all, period. It was just fluff. They just put it out, and that's it. Like, I think the Tim Story Fantastic Four movies got like video games which weren't good at all. I think the only one that was really good was really the Sam Raimi's, I think, the Spider-Man 2 video game.
Yeah.
That was like open world and web swinging. It was actually really good. But like, for the most part, like, those movie tie-in to the comic book movies were not great. So like, when you hear about X-Men Origins Wolverine having the game, it's like, okay, whatever. And then like all of a sudden you're playing and you're like, okay, first off, this game the gameplay had no business being as good as it was. The story is not great at all, period. It really isn't.
No.
But like, the gameplay was like so good, and all the Easter eggs, like you could unlock different versions of Wolverine's costumes from over the years. But yeah, I mean, even some of the boss battles were fun for the most part. Like the Sentinel one was actually pretty dope. But past that, it was just kind of like, it was a very surprise hit, but like, you attached yourself to a movie that wasn't really that great too on top of that. So now everybody's like, okay, so we're going to get a proper Wolverine game, and then boom, we get this new Wolverine game from Insomniac with the trailer, and I'm like, well, I'm in. I am buying it day one.
Oh yeah, it's Insomniac. I trust them with superhero games at this point.
Oh yeah, I mean, got to at this point. It's just that's just what it is. And when I saw that trailer and I saw him in the costume and everything, I was like, I'm buying it. I am really curious on what the open world is going to look like. I am because, like I said, obviously with both Spider-Man games, well, all three of them, New York is like it makes sense. Like you're going to have Spider-Man, especially in Spider-Man 2, where you can go to different boroughs. Then it's like it makes sense, right? But with Logan, it's like okay. You can't really do a retread of New York. So where is this going to take place? And what's that open world going to actually exactly look like? That's what I'm curious on. And how do you kind of like travel through? Like, what does that look like?
Mix, you got any thoughts on it? Mix?
Sorry, everything started sounding weird. I don't know if that was on my end or what.
Oh.
I don't really have thoughts. I mean, the animation looks pretty cool, like from the trailers. I don't really play video games like that, so I don't really have an opinion other than it looks pretty.
It does.
Is Wolverine a character that you're familiar with, Mix?
Mix?
Of course, I'm familiar with Wolverine.
Oh no, not familiar in that way. But like, I don't mean it familiar like, oh, you didn't know, but just like, is that? I guess
what?
is that?
She's like, what? I am a black nerd. It's like, how dare you?
Is Wolverine like one of like a top character for you, or is it just a character where they're fine, but they're not like a favorite of yours? I guess.
I mean, he's definitely up there. I was very excited when Deadpool and Wolverine was like a thing, and then seeing it in theaters, like, that was cool.
No, because I know some people, it's like they kind of like Logan, but they don't really like Logan like that. They like X-23 probably a little bit more, and stuff. So I'm kind of just curious of where people land at with Logan and all that.
Right. I mean, I think it looks good. Like, because it seemed like it had the old gameplay from X-Men Origins Wolverine, but it's like in good storytelling. Because I trust Insomniac storytelling. So
yeah, I mean, it's looking good. Like I said, I think it drops next year or what year after?
Next year.
Yeah. So to me, it's like they have a lot that they can really do with that, and I know people weren't really too keen on Spider-Man 2 in the sense of certain like. I guess decisions that they made in that game, but I'm like, I like it. I wish they had DLCs because that would have been nice to see, but it is what it is. But
we're getting it. We're plus Insomniac's making a Venom game.
We'll see if that happens. That's the other thing too. Like if they do that, I don't know if that's going to be DLC or is it actually going to be a full game. That's the key.
That is the question. But it would be cool to see a whole video game with Venom, but it would make sense to be a DLC.
I mean, it could. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that. I like I said, I think with the gameplay, like what they showed, it's like I think this is what people have been wanting to see. It's kind of weird how folks really was thinking, I don't know if it's going to be good. I'm like, you seen Insomniac's pedigree, you see what they do. Like, it's going to be good. I don't think they were going to, and I think the trailer did a good job of really kind of putting people at ease on like, oh, it's going to be violent.
Like everyone like, oh God, it's gonna be kitty claws. It's like, no, they're gonna be stabbing like X-Men Origins type deal. And I'm like,
people are gonna get killed to be sure, but like I said, obviously they're gonna kind of go into like they might be part robotics a little bit just to kind of ease up on it being bloody. But come on, people are gonna get dismembered like that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna look like Freddy Krueger got hold of them. Yeah, but no, I remember one game I played back in the Marvel game was Deadpool, Nolan North's Deadpool game.
That's actually another one that's actually very underrated that people don't really talk about much.
Yeah, it would be cool to see them cross over. Like I seriously doubt it will, but if Nolan North came as Deadpool in the Wolverine game, I'll be set for life. It's like,
oh, dude, that'll be a wrap.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, if I heard that, I'm like, okay, because like it was wacky. Nolan North's Deadpool game was just. Like there was a scene where you're just pumping up an inflatable balloon house just for a scene later on where you're going through a skyscraper and you just fall into the balloon house and it's like
I need to play that game. I gotta find I gotta look for that. I don't know if I gotta see if I still have a copy of it, or I gotta check on PlayStation to see if I actually have it. But
man, it was fun. I can be honest, like that was the most fun game, and it was wacky and random, and I was digging it. I was like, okay, this is what's going to go down. But no, I think Insomniac's Wolverine going to do good. I hope they do the Hulk, like Wolverine versus the Hulk in it.
that would actually be pretty dope if they do something of a throwback to that. That would
Yeah, it's like, cause we seen Omega Red, we see Mystique. I want to see Sabretooth.
That could work.
I mean, yeah, we seen a Sentinel at the very end of the trailer, so it's like, and we've seen some of the Prime Sentinels, so.
I mean, I can definitely see it doing some stuff. That's going to be the thing that's going to really like set it off is whether, like I think more than anything, the one just like the Spider-Man game, it's going to be what the bosses are going to be. We obviously saw Omega Red, so there's definitely going to be some Weapon X people in it.
Yeah,
you got to have Sentinels in it because why wouldn't you?
Whoa.
But I also think you need like the Lady Death Strikes. You need Hulk. I think you would be just even if it's a flashback to like when they first like if you're doing like an homage to the comics, you gotta like put something Wendigo or something in there.
Right.
We already know Sabretooth's gonna probably be a boss in the game.
Oh yeah. Like he can be that dick that just meddling around like, hey man. Like, bro, he is like Wolverine's arch enemy number 1 in the comics, so you have to.
Like Silver Samurai, you have to.
Yeah.
Probably Alpha Flight.
Oh yeah.
For that.
Sinister. I heard Mr. Sinister's gonna be in it, but I will see.
That would be interesting because that would make sense. Because like I said, you gotta. It's. I don't think it's gonna be as X-Men heavy as people probably would want it to be, but I think it actually is going to have definitely some makings of possibly maybe they do an X-Men game.
That's what I'm saying. If they do an X-Men game and they put like Apocalypse as the big bad, because I would like to see them redeem Apocalypse, then
if it makes up for the Avengers game, and that's I'm still disappointed on what could have been with that because it's my
god,
that could have been a game that could have tied into the Spider-Man game, and it didn't because I know it's a different company that did it, but
I get you.
You could have just they got a lot of options. They got a lot of options of what they want to do, and I'm glad that I think a lot of us we watched Sony's State of Play. You're kind of sitting back like, all right, it's going to give us this game and that game. So when they popped the trailer, I was like, whoa. Because it was funny. I was in the car. I was leaving from work and I was stuck in traffic and I just had it on, on my phone, just listening to it and occasionally kind of glancing at it and stuff. So I'm just sitting there and all of a sudden I look down and I'm like, Insomniac. And I was like, no way. And then boom, Wolverine. I was like, oh, they're actually showing it. Okay.
All right.
So, I mean, look, at this point, you hope they don't mess it up. That's all.
Right.
So,
it's also we'll do this episode on here too. We're going to talk about Marvel's New York Comic-Con announcements, and so let's get to that too. It's what announcements are y'all excited for Marvel?
Ooh, so I had a couple of friends that did covers there. So one of the things they told us, obviously Daredevil Born Again season 2. They showed the trailer for it. The trailer got leaked, actually. It got leaked online.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers, Jessica Jones is in it, which probably lends credit to the fact that we're going to probably end up getting Mike Coulter back as Luke Cage and maybe Finn Jones as Iron Fist, depending on how they want to run with it. But for all intents and purposes, like, that's going to be pretty dope. And then it was the X-Men 97 season 2 trailer. And I was like, all right, I'm in. I love it. I like it.
All you heard was X-Men 97. You're like, I'm in.
I mean, look, when I saw screenshots of what they were going to put in the season 2, I was like, all right, cool. And then I think earlier today, somebody leaked the trailer for it. So I was like, okay, I mean, I knew y'all were going to go on Apocalypse, but this is okay. Okay, I see the vision here. I think what else did they have? I'm trying to remember the other announcements from Marvel. I think it was they had some of the comic book stuff that they announced. Actually, hold up, I have it on my Google
Yeah,
Keep.
they have quite a few. They announced their Marvel slate. So like Daredevil Born Again season 2, X-Men
Yeah.
97 season 2, the special presentation with the Punisher, and
Oh
then
yeah, that one. I forgot about that. Yeah.
yeah, and then of course we already know Spider-Man Brand New Day is coming out in July of next year. And then
Hmm.
they also mentioned Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 2, Vision
Nice.
Quest. Um, Vision Quest, and of course, Avengers Doomsday will be December of 2026. And then Secret Wars, December 2027. And
Hmm.
then in 2028, like February, I think it was like a blank slot. So they're thinking it could be Blade or Black Panther 3, possibly.
Mhm.
Um,
I mean,
possibly something X related on May 5th, 2028. And then another spot in November of 2028 where they're thinking maybe Doctor Strange 3 or Shang-Chi 2.
they have options. I remember Simon Liu saying that he heard they were in the process of doing something for Shang-Chi, so
Right.
wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they've been wanting to do a second one for a while anyway. I know obviously Feige and them were kind of like they didn't want to like overburden people with so many projects, so they kind of like slowing up. But that would make sense. I totally forgot about the Wonder Man trailer drop
Hmm.
this past weekend too as well.
Oh yeah.
That's
I'm
gonna be
excited for
interesting.
that.
That's what I'm
As
saying. It's gonna be interesting because they're talking about in the trailer. They're like talking about superhero fatigue, and it's like that's a
It's
bold
so
move for
meta.
Marvel.
I mean, it's a tongue-in-cheek sort of like
Yeah,
approach that they're going with it, where it's just
it's
like,
so meta.
yeah, it's very meta, kind of like the studio from Apple TV, which good show. People should watch that. So I get what they're going for, but I also feel there's also the red herring of, okay, you're giving us this, but where does the other shoe drop in terms of what Simon Williams is? Because obviously people are kind of like, oh, they didn't show Simon Williams using any powers. Does he even have powers in this show?
Right.
And I'm wondering if it's a
Um,
situation if maybe he already has the powers and he's just not showing it off yet, kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know.
or or something else. Because if I'm not mistaken, the original character in the comics, he pretended to be an actor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Um,
dipped the toe into acting, so
yeah.
that
So
that could be
what
it.
if with this, there was a couple lines they said in the trailer that were pretty interesting. Like, oof, I can't remember the exact lines, but it just pretty much made it seem like, oh, now I remember. You know, when method acting, they're like, it's gonna get really method after this. And it made me think like, okay, so like I just mentioned, dude was originally an actor in like the comics or whatever. Okay, so this guy, he's just a regular guy who just happens to have his name. Okay, so he gets the role. But not only is he really living the role like method acting, he actually ends up getting powers and maybe there's like an accident or something or whatever that actually like I don't know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. I know I'm not explaining it right, but I'm glad you know where I'm going with this.
No, I get it because obviously there's if we talk about the MCU having a sort of like rhythm of what you know and expect out these movies, like, oh, there's always going to be a comedy, there's always going to be something
Yeah.
serious. With the shows, they've hit that thing of like, all right, when's the shoe going to drop? Like, what happens? How does this person get their like WandaVision? Even from the trailers, we knew something was off, right?
Oh yeah.
And then by the time like the second episode hit, you're like, okay, something's up. Like, what is going on here? And I think even Moon Knight, which I need to rewatch that show again because I zoned out at times watching it, but that's
It got,
another
it got
show that
crazy. It got crazy at times. Like there was a talking hippo in it at one point.
yeah. So I was like, all right, maybe I
Yeah.
missed something. So I remember
And I
like,
love how,
oh, go ahead.
sorry, I love how if you were like paying attention, you actually saw all three identities the entire time.
Yeah, that was the other thing. That's why I'm like, I really need to rewatch it because I remember coming
Like,
that
and they
way from it.
both were
Like,
missing time.
yeah, and that's why I was like, I need to watch it because I think I remember finishing it and I was like, oh, that was fine. And I was like, but I feel lost-ish again. So let me
Right.
I may need to watch this again, you know. So I'm thinking But like I said, Moon Knight was another one where you're like waiting for the shoe to drop, and obviously you see him transform at the end of the first episode, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, like gotcha. Like Falcon Winter Soldier, you're like, what's the other shoe that's going to drop in that one? And you know,
Right.
John Walker takes the serum, and it's like, all right. So you know, and I think to your point, makes you right. It's like, what's the thing that's going to be the turning point? That's going to be like, oh, there's a Simon Williams that we see in the comics. Cool. Yeah.
You're right. But I am excited for Daredevil Born Again season 2 because Jessica Jones coming back, Luke Cage possibly coming back, and Iron Fist is like, bro, all the Defenders are basically coming back. And then I heard Wilson Fisk is gonna come back and start boxing now. Like he's gonna be in a cage match.
Yeah. I do the one thing though on the comic book side that I actually am digging. So they're actually ending the Ultimate Universe that they just did, and I've been collecting them. I've been collecting them in trades because I mean it's actually a pretty good way to read it. So I'm actually glad they're doing this or whatever this is going to end up being, because I think they've definitely presented some really interesting ideas. Like, hey, what happens when you give adult Peter Parker who has 2 kids and he's in his 40s? He's Spider-Man now. You know, what does that look like? What does it look like with Black Panther beefing with the Moon Knight gods? Now you're putting, you know, Black Panther in a different perspective. You know, you got the Illuminati Avengers fighting the actual Avengers. It's like, all right, I can this world, but it also makes sense too because it kind of is the overarching thing with the Maker in the Marvel universe in terms of him like messing with the multiverse. So it makes sense that they're ending this, but then in my head, I'm like, so what does this mean for this universe? How are they going to end this? And I mean, this is the way Hickman does stuff. So now I'm really curious on how this all ends.
Right, I get you. I don't know. When I like Ultimate Spider-Man, that was a classic when Jonathan Hickman got into it. I was like, yes. And then they got Ultimate Wolverine, who was the Winter Soldier.
I mean,
it makes sense, but not. It makes you wonder how it's gonna end. And I always say Ultimate Spider-Man in the comics is like Andrew Garfield, if he still is Spider-Man.
It was one of their, I would say for my money, even when they switched it over to Miles, like that was probably one of the more consistent books in that Ultimate Universe line at that time. Like from beginning, middle, and end. Even, like the Ultimate Clone Wars was like way better than the 90s Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Big time. So I'm like, and like I said, for all intents and purposes of them ending this new one, I think it has more to do with the fact that this was like a long form story arc for the Maker character more than it was about trying to relaunch the Ultimate Universe all over again kind of vibe and stuff, even though it did kind of give off we're relaunching the Ultimate Universe again and stuff. But,
right. It's like, I don't know. It's a good story. I can tell you that much. Like I said, Daredevil fans, they are eating good tonight because, like, for 7 years, we waited for Daredevil Born Again to come back after Netflix and all the rights and everything. And then they come back on Disney Plus, and fans were digging it. I thought
it went a bit too quick. I wanted more. I wanted at least like 1 or 2 more episodes. And I was like, all right, cool.
I'll be honest, it did piss me off when Foggy died. I was like, are you really serious?
But see, that's how they grab your attention, because that's probably the best thing about Born Again was like
he died first episode, man.
But not even that. Like there was a fear of, are they taking stuff from the Netflix stuff? And it seems like they are in a way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, cool. It's like
in a sense.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's kind of like you needed something to really like set it off. And if it was going to be it's like if anybody was going to do it, it was going to be Bullseye. So I was like, you know what? That makes sense, because Bullseye would be sadistic enough to do something like that. All right, cool.
Right.
Gotcha.
I mean, yeah.
I liked how. I'll go ahead.
Sorry. I don't know if I'm misremembering, but I feel like there was like a couple clues or something, or was related to a run in the comic books where Foggy actually didn't die, but was in hiding or something.
I
So
think
some
it
people were
might have
speculating
been.
Or
people
he
were
was
speculating
kept
that
like
could be a thing, but I don't know.
They said he was in the trailer for season 2, and like,
it might have been I thought it was a flashback when I heard that. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
flashback.
but
Yeah,
if
that
it
could mean so many
is,
things.
but if it is something, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Him faking his death, but that would, but see, that would be
Yeah,
like, it's like,
go
what was?
back and
Hmm.
watch that first episode, and I think it's when Karen Page and Foggy walk outside. There's like some numbers on a building, if I'm not mistaken, and they might
Hmm.
have something to do with a certain comic book.
I gotta check that now. See,
But
Ooh.
this is
see, now you
also
got me
like
curious.
almost a year ago, so I don't remember the exact number or anything.
I'm
But yeah,
curious now because I'm like, I got. How the hell did I miss that? Like, that would be
that would be
interesting because everything about this. I don't know if you guys read the arc that they did in the comics with Fisk being mayor of New
yeah.
York.
Yeah.
And there was that whole thing where it turned into he had his own little private army and all that stuff, and it was the street level heroes that had to face off, and it kind of ends with spoilers, like Luke Cage ends up becoming mayor of New York and such. But like, which in and of itself is very interesting, period.
Yeah.
But like, I remember watching at the end of the first season when he's all like, we're going to need an army and stuff, right? And I was like, okay, other than Punisher. And then that's when
Spider-Man.
that's what somebody else brought up. He was like, well, hold on. He's saying he's an army. That means that we're going to probably end up getting Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. Oh my God. Because I remember there was rumors of it, but people didn't know what that looked like. Because it was like, well, how the hell are you going to add all that? So now when he was like, I got to make an army, I was like, yeah, Defenders. We're going to get Colleen Wing, Misty Knight, and the rest. Yeah.
Spider-Man, possibly, maybe.
That's a lot of money, though, for Spider-Man in a show like that.
I know Tom Holland would do it, though.
Did you guys hear something along the lines of the dude who plays Daredevil, he accidentally slipped up and like mentioned something about Spider-Man Brand New Day, so now people think that Daredevil's gonna be in it.
Well, we already know.
Yeah, he did slip up on that one.
We already know Punisher's going to be in it, so.
I mean,
Facts, they've been mentioned that. Yeah.
like I said, once I saw Punisher there in Daredevil with that episode, I was like, all right, they clearly are trying to expand on the section of the MCU that never really got touched, which is the street level stuff. Because it's like, when you look at the totality of the MCU, it's like the closest you get to anything street level is maybe like Hawkeye, and maybe Falcon Winter Soldier to a degree.
Yeah.
But like, everything else was all fantastical, and Shang-Chi to a degree until you get to the dragon at the end.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that was like way out there. It's like, okay, this ain't no street level stuff.
Yeah, Shang-Chi is a very street level character, and even in the comics, they've been trying to like angle him to be mostly collected to the 10 rings, because even in the comics, they'd be revamping that. But like, it's like, all right, they clearly were neglecting it. And Spider-Man is the closest you're going to get to street level since it's New York. So
yeah,
I'm not surprised Punisher is in the movie. Now, is he going to still keep his serious demeanor in the movie? We'll see. But it's going to be interesting if it turns into the thing from the comics where like Punisher is hunting Spider-Man or something like that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Because I also heard Hulk's going to be in it. And I heard that Hulk.
Well, they say Bruce Banner. They didn't say Hulk.
You know Bruce Banner going to eventually be Hulk in it. Like, because I heard that I heard that Hulk's the reason that Tom Holland's Peter Parker's parents died in that universe.
I think, if they're doing that, then they're probably going with the Ultimate Universe thing where like the Hulk was created and Bruce, when he did his experiments, crushed his parents in the rubble and stuff. But that'd be a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and Tom Holland's already going through enough as it is. Like, he went, like, everyone forgot who Peter Parker was. He lost Tony Stark, his parents, Aunt May, his girlfriend, everybody, man.
I mean, one can see. We'll see if they do, if it ends up being what we think it is, because that would be dope if they do it.
And then we got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We can't forget that, because I heard Venom's coming in season 2 now.
I gotta catch up on that show because everybody is saying it's really good, and I'm like, okay, where am I missing? Why am I messing up and not watching the show in the first place and stuff? So
I know Mix likes Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, right?
Yeah, I loved it. My nephews loved it too. They enjoy singing the theme song. Um,
It's and it got like really mature at times, like when he was fighting Scorpion at one point.
I mean, look, let me ask you guys this. This is a good one if you're talking Spider-Man. All right. What is y'all like fave animated Spider-Man cartoon?
Oh God. Oh God. Like
I
there's
know it's
no,
it's a
no,
lot.
no, I know. I like the '90s Spider-Man. For one, like two things. One was a funny scene where Venom was driving a truck,
That was always fun.
and then I've seen the one where he was yelling "Shocker." He like that's a meme itself. It's like, bro, this dude didn't do anything but stole something, and you're going to like say I'm gonna chase you to the ends of the earth. It's like
So
there's no
Shocker,
reason.
where are you?
I will
Like,
chase
all
you
right,
to the
dude.
ends of the earth, and I'm like, bro, what? He didn't do something like he didn't murder Uncle Ben. Okay, it's like he
It
just stole
turned
something.
into Zod and the Zack Snyder Superman. I will find you. I'm like, all right, guy, chill. Like, it ain't
It's
that
like straight
serious.
up. Like I love that, but I like Spectacular Spider-Man. Honestly,
See, everybody says that, so I will admit that. Okay, the one that's underrated to me is Ultimate Spider-Man, and I know that's only because they were like it really. I think that first season was a bit shaky, but afterwards it like off to the races. So, but then I like Spectacular Spider-Man.
we like
But
different things from different
but
Spider-Men.
I'm gonna go with Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm gonna go with Ultimate Spider-Man.
Mix, what's your category? What do you think? I like Spectacular. He likes Ultimate. What do you like?
I like all of them.
She's like, I like everyone equally.
Like, it's all equal.
Yeah, it's I like the Spider Verse though. I'll do like Into the Spider Verse.
Oh,
Ooh,
Into
yeah,
Spider-Verse. That
Spider-Verse.
is that
Oh,
movie is like
yes.
top tier. Like, what are we
That's
talking
what
about
I'm
here?
saying, bro. It's
Yes.
like when I seen
Especially
that,
across the Spider-Verse, like with oh my gosh, I fucking love Spider-Punk and the fact that he was animated on three different
Mhm.
sets of frames type thing. I can't think of the actual term, but it's so fucking cool though. Like his guitar is one frame and his body's another and something else is another, and it's just like it's so
I
fucking
liked
cool.
how they kept looking at Spider Punk and they're like, "You're just too cool, bro." Like they kept saying that every other sentence, like, "You're cool."
Mm.
Because he is.
In Friendly Neighborhood Spider Man, they also announced that their Gwen Stacy's coming as Spider Gwen.
Oh yeah, come on, man.
Oh,
You know the deal. You know they're gonna go all in on
Yeah,
Spider-Man and
and then
every
they got Norman Osborn. I hope they do the ultimate, like, suit type deal for the Green Goblin, like they did Ultimate Spider Man.
that could be good.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I would like to see that. I don't want to see them do what they do with like just a mask, like a regular rubber mask, or like maybe like a blood disease. I want them to do like a mech suit like they did Sam Raimi's.
You know
ooh.
what? That you know what's funny? Like even in the new Ultimate comics and stuff with older Spider-Man, they actually did a good job of finally like fully realizing the Sam Raimi Goblin in a really good way. Because like as a like when I remember watching, because I was in high school when the first that Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie came out, and I felt some ways because it's like, what happened to the Goblin with the mask and the thing where it's like cloth?
Yeah,
And when they did was it Spider-Man No Way Home, and we saw a Goblin in that one, I'm like, that's what the Raimi one should have been in terms of just the visual of it. Because I mean, Willem Dafoe already knows how to like articulate his face and everything.
yeah.
You didn't really have to put on this, mask and stuff. So, but now revisiting it, it's like looking at it in the comic books, they did a really good job of showing what that could look like. And it has a very robotic look and it works. So I am definitely curious to see what that looks like now in like
Mhm.
animated form once you
Oh
see that
yeah,
happen. That it was going to be the one that I'm like, all right, I can dig this.
right. like there's a lot of things coming out in 2026 for Marvel fans and superhero fans in general, and also X-Men 97. Like we got Apocalypse coming back,
It's gonna
and
be big.
yep, and we got scattered X-Men across past and future, and I loved everything they did in the
3 different
first.
time periods.
Yep.
Yeah, all three different. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
I loved how X-Men 97 did so many things. Like for instance, when I first seen Gambit grabbing a hold of Wolverine claws in the first season and lighting them up, I'm like,
Everybody lost their mind, dude. I was like, bro.
we are in. I was like, and I don't know. And then we got Morph. He's pretty badass in general.
I think they did
I love
They
that
did a lot of
Morph.
justice.
I love that Morph is considered non-binary, and I love that.
I love
Right.
it.
They go
I
by
love
they,
it.
them pronouns. But it makes sense because they can go to any like gender or whatever, and it will look natural. Like not like they're
Mhm.
playing a person.
Bro, Magneto. I love it every time Magneto takes control of the X-Men. Like he's like the leader or something, because he literally fights alongside the X-Men while Professor X, I know he's in a wheelchair, but he has the most powerful mind of all in the world. He can literally control anyone's mind and tell them, hey, stop being bad.
I mean, I'm like I said, how do you defeat a person who is literally immortal? And given that you saw them see Apocalypse in the past when he might have been good in some way, I'm wondering how much of this is kind of like the extension of, because y'all remember that Beyond Good and Evil arc with Apocalypse. I'm wondering how much of is an extension of that. Because if you remember, for those that don't remember, in the Beyond Good and Evil arc, Apocalypse got trapped in sort of like a time vortex, like he was lost in time. So the idea that this season is tackling that, I'm like, interesting. Like I want to see what this story arc actually is, because that's gonna be, I think that's gonna be the thing that's gonna be big for that. And I'm also curious, like, what season 3 is gonna look like, because they also announced that season 3 is actually happening, which I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, what is that gonna look like? So I'm excited.
Like the visuals they do in X-Men 97 is like just phenomenal, and it's like X-Men 97 is the best thing Marvel really put out for a series in like a while. It's no, it's what was y'all favorite aspects of X-Men 97? What do y'all hope that they tackle in next season?
Everything. No, I'm kidding. I love all the different I love the different comic runs they pulled from and how they did their version of it, like with the Goblin Queen or whatever her name is.
Yeah, the Goblin Queen. Yeah.
Madeline Pryor. Yeah, okay. I thought I said it wrong for a second. I was like, wait, no.
Nah, she's the Goblin Queen.
Because originally in the comics it was kind of a really bullshit type thing. And with that one, fuck Cyclops, but no comment. But with the version they did here, it was like, no, really, I didn't know I cheated. Like, she looks like you. You don't have a twin. Like, I don't know.
It's like, bro, it's like you slept with my twin, and it's like, but she is me.
I mean, that's what got him caught up. That's what got him caught up in the comics, because it's like, you literally slept with a woman that looks like Jean Grey. How did you not realize that's not Jean Grey? Like,
it's like, and his reason is she was you. She was not you. Not that time. She was.
Yeah. Like, as far as they were concerned, it was.
I love that one scene where Cyclops is talking about him prior in his mind with their telepathic link, and all of a sudden Jean Grey catches him, and he's like, "I caught your ass." I was like, like he's like, I was like laughing my ass off. I was like, because she's like just kissing him and everything, and all of a sudden he's like, how long has this been going on? 2 months, Jean.
Like, dun dun dun.
I was like, oh my god.
It's like, you did it again.
It's like, I told you.
But that was the controversy in the comics. It's like Scott had a kid
with her, and it's like,
with
not
her.
You.
Yeah, but so it's like, in a weird way, it's like, well, technically,
technically, I thought it was you. If that helps, it's like,
right, like.
But no, it's I don't know. I think that they're going to do good with X-Men 97 like they always do. I hope they do Onslaught eventually.
I think that
It
might
did
be.
feel like they were going there.
Yeah, like when he, I think what was it? So when you saw like Mags take the adamantium out of Logan,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that was the thing that jump started Onslaught happening. And I thought, and Mix is right. Like I think a lot of us like, oh, is this Onslaught? And then it didn't happen. It's like, huh. So how is Onslaught going to happen now? Like, what does
We
that
know
look like?
Onslaught's going to happen. Like, they've been teasing it in little pieces because, like, Magneto and Professor X just being together and just, I don't know. I hope that they bring back Gambit as the Horseman of Death, like they did in the comics.
Come on, you already know. You already know the vibes. They are going to definitely go hard. Yeah, they definitely going to do that.
I know one thing. He's straight up first person he's going after is Magneto. I already know. He's like, you're going after Rogue all this time, and now I'm out of the picture. Guess what? I'm back. But no, I don't know how they're gonna I don't know if they can bring him back because it was like what they call it like a Cable could have fixed that event or reverse it. What happened in Genosha? So it was a crucial time point.
I don't think he was able to with that event or something because every time he got to a certain point, he kept getting pulled back.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't think Gambit's coming back from being dead. So that's what the sucky part is.
Or at least not in that sense. But
No,
I mean, he's probably definitely going to be his horseman. I mean, it would be weird if he's not. Like, I'd be so confused.
I mean, that's a motif of Apocalypse anyway. Is I'm going to use somebody that the X-Men are familiar with, whether it's Archangel, Gambit, Wolverine at one point. Like, it's
Archangel. I heard he's going to be in the new X-Men 97 and Psylocke and Colossus, which I'm all for.
I've heard of all that as well.
Yeah, I mean, and then Bishop. I love how they brought back Bishop again, and they're gonna have a new X-Men. I just love where the direction we're going for in this. And Storm, I can't wait to see how she goes and plays off in this because she's one of the Earth's mightiest mutants. So.
Oh, dude, when they showed that, there was a scene in the trailer for it where she's doing something ridiculous, like with her powers and everything. So I'm like,
Storm is that person, like that mutant that will. She is that goddess. She literally married T'Challa. It's like, come on, man. I hope they do Spider-Man 98 after season 2 of X-Men 97 because
that'd be cool shit.
I can see it.
Because like they showed everything, all the cameos in X-Men 97 also, which that I love that.
Yes, especially with Morph, like, and all the cameos they made with their I can't think of the word. Oh my gosh. But yeah.
They did all the cameos with Morph, like for instance, Magic, or Colossus, like all of them, and it's like I'm still convinced, and this is my theory. Y'all remember that blonde-headed chick that kept saying stuff and talking shit to Magneto in the first season? Like the one with the glasses, the secretary or whatever? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like,
not Emma Frost, but someone else, right? No,
she was like the president or something similar to that, and
oh shit, I think she's Mystique right now.
That's what I'm saying. There was Mystique was in that.
If it's who I'm thinking about, I think she's Mystique right now. I really do.
Like y'all know, you know what I'm talking about, don't you, CJ?
Yeah.
I think that's Mystique completely because she literally
congressperson or something.
Yeah, the congressperson. But no, it's all gonna go good with X-Men 97. I'm convinced it'll still be good.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind. This is gonna be hot.
And I'm even hearing rumors there might be a movie coming out one day if everything plays out well with it. Like, I mean, 97.
Yeah, that's been the big thing they want to been doing. I think that's the X factor. That's one of the big things they're trying to do is like, what does an X-Men in the MCU looks like? And part of me feels like that's gonna, because I mean, apparently they're teasing Avengers versus X-Men and Doomsday.
Yeah.
That's which the visuals of that looks interesting, but it's making me wonder, like, what does the X-Men and the MCU going to look like post Secret Wars? Like, because obviously you're going to be landing in a new MCU where mutants already exist, and yada yada yada. Because I remember there was a rumor, and I remember somebody was bringing up like the X-Men team that you're seeing in X-Men 97 is probably going to be the team for the MCU. That's the rumor, at least. Now, how true is that?
I just want to see Doctor Doom fight Magneto. It's like that's gonna be.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen. I mean,
yeah,
I can see that. I mean, come on. There's a lot of what if there's so many what if possibilities for what the pairings is going to be in Secret Wars. It's like, that's why it's like I don't want to go too crazy and like being excited, but it's like things look interesting. I mean,
Right.
but
yeah, it's man, I was excited for everything coming out in 2026. It's gonna be good. We're gonna be cooking up a lot of stuff for all superhero fans, and it'll be good.
Yeah.
But no, it's well. I think we unless y'all want to cover anything else, we're at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, it's been great. CJ, thank you for coming on this our show, and
thanks, no problem, appreciate it.
And hopefully you have fun, and hopefully you come back one day.
Oh, I will. Yeah, no problem, man.
All right. As always, peace up, geek out.
Peace.
Don't forget to